In the wide world of Bond, James Bond, audiences have been treated to 6 actors who officially played the role. This is not counting Barry Nelson in the 1954 American television version of Casino Royale, nor the comedic extravaganza 1967 version of Casino Royale with David Niven as Sir James Bond, Peter Sellers as James Bond, and yes, even Woody Allen as Jimmy Bond. No, we're talking about the Bonds we all know and love so well. Sean Connery, George Lazenby, Roger Moore, Timothy Dalton, Pierce Brosnan, and Daniel Craig. However, did you know that there were actually a large number of actors who turned down the opportunity to play the famous 007? Here are 15 actors who said no to being not shaken or stirred to their vodka martinis. Number 1. Peter Lawford. In 1958, Peter Lawford was offered the role for Dr. No. As one of the original members of the Rat Pack, Peter Lawford most certainly had that swagger, glint in his eye, and British style that was classic of the swinging 60s. Lawford said no, as he felt producers were not offering enough money, and he didn't want to commit to a 5-picture deal. Oddly enough, Lawford would later team up with fellow Rat Pack member Sammy Davis Jr. and appear in 2 spy films in the late 60s called Salt and Pepper, and a sequel released in 1970 called One More Time, directed by Jerry Lewis. This style had become quite popular in the mid-60s as the James Bond franchise had blown up far bigger than anyone had ever anticipated, and everyone wanted in on the spy genre. Even Rat Packer Dean Martin got in on the action with his Matt Helm series. If you can't beat them, you might as well make a few bucks and join them.
Oh, I'm sorry, did I hurt you?
Of course you hurt me.
Number 2. Richard Burton. Acclaimed actor of stage and screen was none other than 60s icon Richard Burton, sometimes more famously known for being married to Elizabeth Taylor than anything else. He has the distinction of turning down the role of Bond not once, but actually 3 times. The first 2 times was for Dr. No, once in 1958 before production began, and again in 1961. His reason was the genre was untested, and he didn't want to be the lab rat. After Sean Connery left with You Only Live Twice, the role was once again open, and producers returned to Burton once more with On Her Majesty's Secret Service. While the series had proven itself, producers were not willing to pay Burton's asking price. Number 3. Cary Grant. Cary Grant was offered the role for Dr. No, having just come off of North by Northwest for Alfred Hitchcock in 1959 and To Catch a Thief in 1955. Producers could see that Grant could most definitely play a convincing Bond. However, Grant was 58 years old and didn't want to do more than 1 film. So instead of donning the dinner jacket and jumping into the Aston Martin, he opted to go star in Operation Petticoat. Number 4. James Mason. James Mason was offered Bond for Dr. No and was offered a 3-picture contract. Mason, however, was only interested in doing 2 films. He was, however, later considered to play Hugo Drax in Moonraker, but due to a film treaty established in 1965 to 1979, it required an Anglo-French co-production clause. Thus, the role of Drax went to French actor Michael Lonsdale. Number 5. Patrick McGoohan. Patrick McGoohan was offered Bond for Dr. No. However, he was already in the middle of the first season of Danger Man. However, McGoohan had no interest in playing a character that was as promiscuous as Bond. It was a resounding no. This seemed to be a real deal-breaker for McGoohan, as he would later reveal that for his famous series The Prisoner, he did not want number 6 involved in any romantic entanglements. For whatever reason, McGoohan didn't like the thought of any hanky-panky for his characters. Number 6. Rod Taylor. Australian actor Rod Taylor was offered Bond in 1961 for Dr. No. Taylor was mostly known for romantic leads and had just completed The Time Machine. However, for Taylor, it was an absolute no. He just simply felt the role was just too beneath him. Instead, he did Disney's 101 Dalmatians. However, the closest he would ever get to doing a spy film was the romantic comedy with Doris Day called The Glass-Bottom Boat in 1966, when the spy craze was at its height. Incidentally, The Glass-Bottom Boat's alternate title was The Spy in Lace Panties. Number 7. The Earl of Lucan. In 1967, after You Only Live Twice, Connery, completing his 5-picture contract, departed, and producers were on the hunt for a new Bond. Enter John Bingham, the 7th Earl of Lucan, an Anglo-Irish aristocrat who took an interest in acting. Producer Albert R. Broccoli offered Bingham a screen test for On Her Majesty's Secret Service, but he just wasn't interested, even though he had a lifestyle similar to Bond, from racing powerboats to driving an Aston Martin. Bingham passed on the position for a 00. Instead, he would later become embroiled in a murder with him as the suspected killer. He vanished and has never been seen since. Number 8. Adam West. Yes, the one and only Batman. While in the middle of production of the iconic series, producers approached West in 1967 to replace Connery for On Her Majesty's Secret Service. While I'm certain West was flattered and was consumed with the television series, a film version, and the Batman craze sweeping televisions across America, West said no, due to the fact he believed James Bond should be British. Besides, we all know if West had taken on the role, it would have only been a matter of time before audiences expected there to be a series of card inserts for every fight scene with the typical bang, pow. Oddly enough, they may have even used them in Bond's love scenes as well. Number 9. Clint Eastwood. After one-hit wonder of George Lazenby for On Her Majesty's Secret Service, producers were back to square one, looking for another Bond replacement. This time it would be for Diamonds Are Forever. Oddly enough, producers reached out to Clint Eastwood, who at this time was mostly known for the TV show Rawhide, the musical Paint Your Wagon, and his spaghetti westerns. He and fellow Bond rejecter Richard Burton had recently done Where Eagles Dare. But Clint could not see himself as a 00, donning the tuxedo and ordering vodka martinis shaken not stirred. Clint felt Bond should be British and bowed out to make Kelly's Heroes. Number 10. Michael Gamban. Michael Gamban, yes, the headmaster of Hogwarts, was once in the running to play James Bond. This would have been for 1970's Diamonds Are Forever. After Lazenby's brash exit from the franchise, it seems producers were trying to think outside the box. After all, they had asked Americans Adam West and Clint Eastwood. With 2 no's from the Yanks, they gave another look into their own backyard, and Cubby Broccoli asked Michael Gamban. Gamban, flattered, said he just felt he wasn't good-looking enough to take on the role that had made Sean Connery so famous. A polite no thank you, and he went on to be in The Beast Must Die. Number 11. Bert Reynolds. That's right, the bandit himself, Bert Reynolds, was asked to be the new Bond for Diamonds Are Forever. After 2 no's from fellow Americans Adam West and Clint Eastwood, producers thought perhaps third time might be a charm. While Bert was moving from guest shots on television and a few films here and there like Shark in 1969, he told producer Cubby Broccoli, "An American can't play Bond, it just can't be done." So with Bert bowing out, producers, much to their chagrin, were in a tight spot and had to humbly ask Sean to return, which Sean did for $1 million, which was unheard of in 1970. Bert went on to take the lead in the 1970-71 detective show Dan August. Number 12. John Finch. British actor John Finch, having just come off Alfred Hitchcock's Frenzy, was now being offered the lead for Live and Let Die. Connery was 100% done and gone. There would be no negotiation with him ever again. So they had to find a new Bond, and someone who was his own man. However, John Finch was flat out just not interested. After all, who wants to be the guy trying to fill Sean Connery's shoes? Everyone knows Sean Connery is Bond. End of story. Why embarrass yourself? He would not be asked a second time. Side trivia note, John Finch was originally cast in Alien and became seriously ill. That role was taken over by actor John Hurt. Number 13, Liam Neeson. It's 1994 and producers need another Bond. After Roger Moore gave us 7 pictures and Timothy Dalton's 2 misfires, it was time to lock in a new, solid Bond. The film would be GoldenEye. Neeson said he wasn't interested in doing action films. But it seems the truth was his then-girlfriend would not marry him if he took the role. So Neeson chose love over Bond. A wise choice. Besides, we wanted Pierce anyway. Number 14, Dominic West. Is there a film genre we haven't seen Dominic West appear in? From the musical Chicago to the creepy ghost story The Awakening, he's done it all. Wait, except for Bond. In 2005, producers were looking at him for a franchise reboot in Casino Royale. Only this time it wouldn't be a black and white kinescope for television, nor a riotous comedy spectacle with every big name Charles K. Feldman could find. You know, David Niven, Peter Sellers, Ursula Andress, William Holden, Woody Allen, Orson Welles, and 5 directors. No, this Casino Royale would be true to the Bond novel. However, when West heard that there was a rumor that Pierce Brosnan was returning, he did the honorable thing any true English gentleman would do, and bowed out gracefully. However, if producers were considering him, wouldn't they have said, "No, Pierce isn't coming back"? Perhaps not, as producers can be as vile as Bond villains themselves and always play their cards close to their chests. So Dominic could relax and return to his series, The Wire, through 2008. Sorry, Dominic. Never a bride, never a Bond. Number 15, Christian Bale. For our last Never Bond, producers were looking at him for the Casino Royale 2005 reboot. What I'm perplexed by is the why. Can anyone else actually see this Hollywood-raised tantrum-throwing John McEnroe wannabe brat actually as the lethal 007? Me either. According to Mr. Perfect, he always considered the franchise very British. Also believed the Bond character had every despicable stereotype about England and British actors. Well, Mr. American Psycho, everyone knows that you were just playing yourself in that film. Regardless, I think every Bond fan would still like to thank you for taking a pass on a character you would never give a moment's justice to. Move along, Bat Boy. So that's all 15 actors who said no to the Aston Martin, the beautiful women, the exotic locations, and Q's gadgets. In our recent poll, we asked the question, who do you feel will be James Bond no matter who they cast? The resounding choice, the one and only Sean Connery, followed by Daniel Craig, then Roger Moore, and last, I was shocked, more folks chose Dalton over Pierce. Personally, I would have chosen Lazenby over Dalton, but that's me. But like the majority, I'm down for Sean. And like all die-hard Bond fans, you can rest assured at the end of this video, James Bond will return.